Good morning students and welcome to the class. Currently we are doing the chapter Asoka, the emperor who gave up war. Okay, so all of you take out your history book and in this chapter we have discussed about the difference between a kingdom and an empire. And we have also seen the expansion of Mauryan Empire. We have seen the important cities of Mauryan Empire. We have also discussed the about the dynasty, the Mauryan dynasty, and we also discussed how this Mauryan Empire was ruled, because it was not easy to rule such a vast empire. So how the capital city was ruled and how the provinces were ruled. And then we have seen that people used to give taxes and tributes to the emperor. And in the previous class we have discussed about Megasthenes, who was an ambassador of the ruler Seleucus Nicator. Ambassador का मतलब बताया था मैंने, messenger. So the ruler of West Asia, whose name was Seleucus Nicator, he sent a messenger in the court of Chandragupta Maurya. And we have seen that Megasthenes has described about the royal procession. Whenever the emperor came out in public, what was the how this was celebrated by the people. We have seen that the emperor was on the palanquin and his guards were on the elephants, and these elephants were decorated with gold and silver, and some guards used to carry trees, and on in these trees there were live birds, and a flock of parrot was also there. These parrots used to be trained because they circle about the head of the emperor, and the emperor was normally surrounded by armed women. So this was the description given by Megasthenes about the royal procession. And he also described that the emperor was afraid that someone may kill him, because he was the emperor of such a big empire. So there was always fear that someone may kill him. So the emperor never ate anything first. Whatever was prepared, that food was first given to the special servants. First these special servants tasted the food, and if everything is fine, then only the king used to eat the food. Not only this, the emperor used to sleep in different bedrooms. He did not sleep in the same bedroom for 2 continuous nights, because there was a fear that someone may attack him when he was sleeping. Okay, and other than this, Megasthenes has also described about the city of Patliputra. He has written that the city of Patliputra was surrounded by a massive wall, and in this wall there was 570 towers and 64 gates, and all this was done for the purpose of security, in order to secure the capital city and in order to secure the emperor. All these arrangements were done. And he has also written about the houses of Patliputra. These houses were either 2-story or 3-story, and these were decorated with stone carvings. And we have seen that the palace of the king was made of wood, which was surrounded by gardens, and there were also enclosures for keeping birds. So this was the description, and then we have started our discussion regarding Asoka. Asoka was a unique ruler. Asoka was the greatest ruler of the Mauryan dynasty. He was unique because he was the first ruler who tried to take his message to the people through inscriptions. He inscribed his messages on stone pillars. On stone pillars he inscribed the messages for the people, because he wanted that the people must know his ideas, and not only the present generation, but in the future generations should also understand these values and ideas. That is why he has inscribed his ideas. And we see that most of Asoka's inscriptions were in Prakrit language, and they were written in Brahmi script. The language was Prakrit and the script was Brahmi. Okay, and then we have seen that Asoka fought Kalinga War. Kalinga was the ancient name of coastal Odisha, and there were many kings who wanted to have his control over Kalinga, but they were not successful. But Asoka was successful in defeating the king of Kalinga. But this Kalinga war proved to be a turning point in the life of Asoka. Why? Because Asoka witnessed so much violence. He witnessed so much bloodshed during the war that all these things moved him. He started to think in different direction. He was a king. He was the king of such a vast empire, and he was used to battles and wars, and he has also always seen loss of life and violence and bloodshed. But this time the number of people who lost their life was very high, and this bloodshed moved him so sharply that he decided to give up war. And this is also very, very unique about the Asoka, because I told you yesterday also that normally it is human nature that when we don't get success at some in our effort, when we don't get success in our effort, then we decide to give up, है ना? But Asoka decided to give up war when he was in a winning condition. He won the battle of Kalinga. He defeated the king of Kalinga, but still he decided to give up the war. So this is very, very unique about Asoka. Okay, now we will discuss one of the inscriptions of Asoka in which he described the Kalinga war. So Asoka has recorded in one of his inscriptions about Asoka war. Okay, 8 years after becoming king, I conquered Kalinga. Okay, when Asoka became king, after becoming king, 8 years has passed, then he conquered Kalinga. Okay, about 1.5 lakh people were captured. In this war, 1.5 lakh people were captured, and more than 1 lakh people were killed. Okay, this is the description given by Asoka in one of his inscriptions about the Kalinga war. So he is saying इस कलिंगा वॉर में करीब 1.5 लाख पीपल जो थे वो कैप्चर हुए थे एंड more than 1 lakh people जो हैं वो मारे गए थे. This filled me with sorrow by seeing this level of bloodshed and violence. He was filled with sorrow. So he is saying, why? Whenever an independent land is conquered, lakhs of people die and many are taken prisoner. Brahmins and monks also die. So this is very much normal at that time, because under the system which was prevailing at that time, there used to be battles between the kings, or whenever there is battle, it is very much normal that in the battle lakhs of people die. Many people are taken as prisoner, they are captured. And not only this, in this battle Brahmins and monks also die. So people who are kind to their relatives and friends, to their slaves and servants, die or lose their loved ones. So what Asoka observed, that even those people who are very kind to their relatives, who are very kind to their friends, who are very kind to their slaves and servants, even these peoples are dying in the battle, or they are losing their loved ones. So the good people are also dying, or they are losing their loved ones. So what is this? This kind of battle was becoming unjustifiable for Asoka. This is the reason Asoka was sad कि battle में जो मरते हैं, the people who die in battle are not always unkind and cruel people. Many times kind people who are kind to their friends, relatives, servants and slaves, they are also dying, or they are losing their loved ones. So this kind of battle was becoming unacceptable to Asoka. He was sad, and now onwards he has decided to observe Dhamma and to teach others about it as well. So he decided to give up war and he decided to observe Dhamma. Not only he decided to observe Dhamma himself, but he also decided that he will teach others about Dhamma. In the inscription, Asoka is saying that I believe that winning people over through Dhamma is much better than conquering them through force. So what was now the view of Asoka? He is of the opinion that what was the purpose of battle? The purpose of battle is to conquer the people, conquer the territory. So now he is of the opinion that instead of conquering people through force, it will be far better to conquer them through Dhamma. हम उसको फोर्स से जीत रहे हैं जिसमें इतने सारे लोगों की जान जा रही है. अगर हम उनको धम्मा से जीतेंगे तो क्या होगा? देयर विल बी नो ब्लडशेड, देयर विल बी नो वायलेंस, देयर विल बी नो लॉस ऑफ लाइव्स, बट पीपल विल बी कंकर्ड. हम लोगों को जीत लेंगे फिर भी विदाउट एनी ब्लडशेड. सो it is highly desirable that we should go for Dhamma instead of going for war, because दोनों का जो पर्पस है वो सेम है. वॉर से भी हम कॉन्कर कर रहे हैं, जीत रहे हैं लोगों को, और धम्मा से भी हम जीत रहे हैं. बट वॉर में क्या हो रहा है? वॉर में ब्लडशेड हो रहा है, वायलेंस हो रहा है. लेकिन जब धम्मा की हम बात कर रहे हैं तो उसमें कोई भी ब्लडशेड, वायलेंस कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है. देयर इज पीस, एवरीवन इज हैप्पी, है ना. So this was the view of Asoka, and he has written his view in the inscription. Okay, and I am inscribing this message for the future. So this was in his mind, that he was not giving the message only to the present generation. he is giving the message for the future generation also, and that is why he has inscribed the message. जब हम स्टोन पे इंस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं मैसेज को, तो वी आर नॉट डूइंग दिस फॉर द प्रेजेंट जनरेशन ओनली. We want to spread this message to the future generation also. That is why the inscriptions is being written. Okay, so this was the purpose of Asoka, that this message is for the future, so that my son and grandson after me should not think about war. ये नहीं कि बस मुझे वॉर नहीं करना है. Neither me nor my son nor my grandson, no one will be involved in war. And this message was given by Asoka through inscriptions. And he is of the view that his future generation and the future generation of the whole society should try to think to spread Dhamma. So this is Asoka's view regarding Dhamma and battle. Okay, and now first of all we must understand the meaning of Dhamma. What is the meaning of Dhamma? Dhamma, it's a Prakrit word. Okay, and this Prakrit word is dharam in संस्कृत. ओके, संस्कृत में जिसको धर्म कहते हैं. संस्कृत में जिसको हम धर्मा कहते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड धम्मा इन प्राकृत. ओके, सो now we will see what is this Dhamma. Asoka's Dhamma है क्या? Okay, आपको Asoka's Dhamma is not like worshipping a god or doing any kind of sacrifice. ये जो अशोका का धम्मा है उसमें वर्शिप और सैक्रिफाइस नहीं है, कोई गॉड गॉडेस कुछ भी नहीं है. ओके, he felt that just as a father tries to teach his children, he had a duty to instruct his subjects. So by spreading this dhamma, he is of the view that he is playing the role of the father in the family. Just like in a family, a father plays the role of teaching his children. In the same way, we see that the emperor is also playing the role of father for all the people who are living in his empire. Okay, so he was not asking you should worship a particular god or goddess and you should do some sacrifice. No, this was not Asoka's Dhamma. He is guiding, he is instructing his subjects. Subjects mean क्या होता है? जो the people who are living within his empire, who are under his rule. है ना, मोनार्किकल जब सिस्टम होता है तो उसमें क्या होता है, एक रूलर होता है जो कि किंग होता है ना, एंड जो किंग के रूल में जो लोग रहते हैं दे आर कॉल्ड सब्जेक्ट. ओके, so this is the subject about which I told you now when we were discussing Samir 1 and Samir 2 in your civics chapter 1, diversity. Under this chapter we have seen now कि there was discussion between Samir 1 and Samir 2 and Samir 2 wanted to know about the subject. क्या होता है सब्जेक्ट जिस सब्जेक्ट को हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, जैसे हिस्ट्री, सिविक्स, जियोग्राफी, these are the subjects of our studying. तो उस समय मैंने उस समय भी बताया था, जो सब्जेक्ट की बात समीर 2 ने पूछा था तो समीर 1 को लगा था कि ये जो इंग्लिश वर्ड उसने बोला था सब्जेक्ट, वो बहुत ही अजीबोगरीब लगा था उसके उसने कभी भी इंग्लिश वर्ड नहीं यूज़ किया था, बट फर्स्ट टाइम ही यूज दिस वर्ड सब्जेक्ट। तो ये जो उसके कारण समीर एक के दिमाग में इसी सब्जेक्ट का ख्याल आया, जिसमें कि लोगों के पास राइट्स नहीं होते हैं, है ना। जब हम मोनार्किकल सिस्टम में रहते हैं, जब हमारे ऊपर एक राजा होता है, किंग होता है, तो द किंग इज द सुप्रीम अथॉरिटी एंड ही इज रूलिंग द पीपल एंड दीज पीपल आर कॉल्ड सब्जेक्ट। ओके, सो नाउ वी आर कमिंग बैक टू धम्मा ऑफ अशोका, है ना। अशोका के धम्मा में वो अपने जो सब्जेक्ट हैं, जो पीपल हैं हु आर लिविंग विद इन हिज टेरिटरी, उनको वो गाइड करना चाहते हैं, उनको वो इंस्ट्रक्ट करना चाहते हैं। जस्ट लाइक द फिगर ऑफ अ फादर, जैसे एक फादर का जो फैमिली में पोजीशन होता है, वही जो एम्परर है वो अपने आप को उसी तरह से देख रहे हैं। ओके, एंड इन दिस हिज आइडिया ऑफ धम्मा was very much inspired by the teachings of बुद्धा। बुद्धा ने जो भी पढ़ा, बताया, सिखाया, बुद्धा की जो भी टीचिंग्स थी, वो टीचिंग्स जो थी उससे ही इंस्पायर्ड था अशोका का धम्मा। ओके, वी कैन सी दैट द धम्मा ऑफ अशोका वाज बेस्ड ऑन द टीचिंग्स ऑफ बुद्धिज्म, because Gautam Buddha was also talking about kindness. If you remember the teachings of Buddha, one of the most important teaching of Buddha was that we should be kind to all the living beings, है ना। And in this also we are seeing that Ashoka is also talking about peace and non-violence, and we should be kind to all the people. So this Dhamma of Ashoka is based on the teachings of Buddha. Okay, and we see that Ashoka was troubled by so many problems. People were living in his empire, and people were facing so many different types of situation, है ना। There was diversity in the empire of Ashoka. People followed different religion, and what happened then, when people follow different religion, they fight with each other, they conflict with each other, कि मेरा जो रिलीजन है वो ज़्यादा अच्छा है, तुम्हारा रिलीजन नहीं अच्छा है ना। इस तरह की चीज़ें होती थी। देन एट दैट टाइम, इन द नेम ऑफ रिलीजन, व्हाट वाज डन, sacrifice of animals was done, and this was not acceptable to Ashoka. Ashoka disliked this practice of sacrifice because it was based on violence. So Ashoka not given his acceptance to the sacrifice of animals. Not only this, in the system which was prevailing at that time, we have seen that the slaves and servants were not treated in a good manner. They were ill treated. And not only this, we see that within the family there was quarrel. People used to quarrel in the family. People used to quarrel with their neighbors. So these were the problems which were present in the society of that time. Okay, what are the problems? People were practicing different religion. They used to fight with each other. In the religion of that time, animals were sacrificed. Slaves and servants were not treated in a well manner. They were ill treated. And not only this, people used to fight within family. People used to fight with their neighbors. So this type of problems were there in the society, and Ashoka was very much disturbed by these problems. Ashoka wanted that there should be peace. There should not be any kind of fighting or any kind of ill treatment of slaves and servants, any kind of sacrifice of animals should be done. So he was dissatisfied with the system which was prevailing in the society at that time, and for that he felt that it was his duty to solve this problem, because he was the emperor and he was considering himself as the father of the people, father of his subject. So it was his duty to solve this problem. Okay, and in order to solve these problems, what he did, he appointed officials. And what was the name of these officials? The name of these officials were Dhamma Mahamatta. Dhamma Mahamatta. So these were the officials who were appointed by Asoka. And what was the function given to these officials? The functions given to these officials was to travel from one place to another, to go from one place to another and teach people about Dhamma. Spread the message of peace and love to the people. That was Dhamma. So these are Dhamma Mahamatta. They were there to spread the message of Dhamma to the common people. And other than this appointment of these officials, other things were also done by Asoka. And what Asoka did, he got his messages inscribed on rocks and pillars. The messages of Dhamma, in which he described the importance of Dhamma. We should not follow the path of violence and bloodshed. Instead, we should follow the path of kindness. So, in order to teach people, he appointed Dhamma Mahamatta, and the second thing which was done by him, that he started writing inscriptions on rocks and pillars. Okay, and in these inscriptions, what was done, there was instructions to his officials to read his message to those who could not read it themselves. Okay, so he wrote the messages on the rocks and pillars and gave instruction to his officials कि there were many people who were not able to read, who were illiterate. So how will they know the message? In order to make them known the message of Asoka, it was instructed to the official कि आप उनको रीड करिए, जो इंस्क्रिप्शंस अशोका ने लिखवाए हैं उनको आप रीड करिए, ताकि people, illiterate people should also know the message. Okay, so these were the things which were done by Asoka to spread his teachings of Dhamma. Okay, and not only this. So first of all, you must understand Dhamma Mahamatta were there to travel from one place to another in order to teach people. But he was not concerned only with the present generation. Asoka wanted that his message of Dhamma should reach the future generation also, and that is why he inscribed his messages on rocks and pillars. And not only he was not satisfied that only in his empire, only in the Mauryan Empire there should be a spread of Dhamma, but he wanted that this Dhamma should spread to all parts of the world. And for that purpose, what Asoka did, he sent messengers so that his ideas of Dhamma could be spread other places also like Syria, Egypt, Greece and Sri Lanka. So these were the places: Syria, Egypt, Greece and Sri Lanka. These were the places where Asoka sent his messengers to spread the ideas of Dhamma. Okay. Not only this, he also built roads, dug wells and built rest houses, because he was sending Dhamma Mahamata, he was sending his messengers, and for all the common people there must be these facilities inside the empire. So he did all these things. Road should be in a better condition, there must be well in order to satisfy the thirst. Then he also built rest houses where people can rest when traveling. Okay. Not only this, he also arranged for medical treatment for both human beings and animals. So he was such a kind person. At that time, in that period, he arranged medical treatment for animals also, not only for human beings but also for animals. So these are very important things about Asoka. Okay, and thus we have completed our chapter. Okay, and now we will discuss some important informations are left, like what his message was to his subjects and what was happening elsewhere. We will discuss these things in the next class.